Conflicting remarks from President Trump and Dr. Anthony Fauci. Thank you for joining us at 10. President Trump doubled down on his claim that the coronavirus will simply, quote, go away. He also declared it will be safe to vote at the polls in person in November as his re-election campaign takes one state to court over mail-in voting. CBS's Paula Reed has the very latest from the White House.
In his push to reopen schools, President Trump made false claims today about how the virus impacts kids.
If you look at children are almost, and I would almost say definitely, but almost immune from this disease.
But Dr. Anthony Fauci has said children can indeed get the virus and spread it.
Do children get infected? Yes, they do.
Have hundreds of thousands of children been infected?
Yes.
Last week, Vice President Mike Pence applauded a North Carolina school for reopening with in-person classes. But now, fourth graders there are quarantining after a student tested positive. The president is also claiming that it will be safe enough by November 3rd for seniors to vote in person.
So by the time we get there, we'll probably be in very good shape.
There is no evidence to support that projection, and it follows his months-long assault on mail-in voting. Last night, the Trump campaign sued the state of Nevada over its plan to send absentee ballots to all active voters.
Even if Nevada wanted to do it well, they wouldn't have enough time. I'm sure the post office doesn't have enough time.
Nevada State Senator Nicole Cannizzaro, who helped pass the ballot law, said the president is simply afraid he's going to lose.
This is an effort to suppress the vote and to delegitimize this election.
Tonight, Facebook removed that video you just saw of the president claiming that children are immune to COVID. In a statement, Facebook said that video violated its policy against harmful misinformation about COVID. Paula Reed, CBS News, the White House.
Here in Mississippi, students are already testing positive for COVID-19 in some North Mississippi schools. This is the second full week of classes in the Corinth School District. It reported its first positive case last week, a high school student, we later learned. Today, the school district says a middle school student and an elementary teacher have tested positive for the coronavirus. The district says those who've been in contact with those who tested positive, they have been notified and will be under a 14-day quarantine. Also, Webster County reporting a COVID-19 case within the school district there. It's the first day for several North Mississippi school districts tomorrow here in Columbus. When students arrive on campus, they'll see many changes to help keep them safe and the staff as well. There will also be extra guidelines in place to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. The district has implemented modified layouts of classrooms and have put physical barriers in some places. Staff will also clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces daily. The Franklin Academy principal, she wants her parents to know that they'll keep their children as safe as possible.
I want them to, number one, remember that the teachers are human as well, and we have families that we have to go home to as well. So we're doing everything in our power to keep ourselves and their children safe. We're treating their children as if they're our own, and so we're doing everything in our power in CMSD and Franklin Academy to make sure your child comes home safe.
The Lee County School District is also starting tomorrow and reminding students, teachers, and staff that there is a mask requirement. Many families still processing tonight what back to school is going to look like amid COVID-19, and plans are changing in some districts. Courtney Ann Jackson explains what we learned about the protocols if and when there are cases in the school.
State leaders are talking a lot about Corinth School District as they were the first in the state to start back and are now seeing cases of COVID-19 reported along with quarantining of all those contacts.
But we're going to have more cases in more schools.
In fact, they already have.
Cases reported from Tate County, Forest County, Tippah County, and Webster County as far as new cases are concerned within the school system.
We're also learning there is a threshold for when cases prompt more actions.
We have a guideline for schools to use as a trigger. If there have 3 or more kids within a certain classroom or a certain group, then all of them need to just be quarantined. If we have 3 or more simultaneous groups of that nature, then that's a time to consider letting the school have a 2-week break.
But here's another note to consider. School is just starting, so is that where the spread is happening? Dr. Dobbs says no.
But these aren't kids who caught it there. The main thing is to prevent transmission within the school, and as we mentioned earlier, it's really tough to run a school when you have so many kids quarantined.
Point of clarification about mask and private schools.
It's my understanding that in private schools that masks are needed as well. So this is not just a public school thing. This is private schools are going to have the same issues. Obviously, they're human beings too, and need to wear masks also.
The Department of Health also plans to start collecting county-level data about any cases or outbreaks in schools and making that available to the public.
Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
10:06 on our Wednesday evening. Our time lapse from Vernon at Durham's Pharmacy. Looking east, the clouds going away. And now, if you look on the eastern horizon, we have a bright, nearly full moon. There it is right there. A very comfortable evening out there, already down into the mid and upper 60s. Winona 68, Oxford 66. It looks like there could be a little bit of fog trying to develop in some spots too, but low and mid 70s and upper 60s right now. Basically clear across our neck of the woods and down into the mid 60s tonight. Very comfortable. You may want to open up the windows if you have a chance, but the heat will come back tomorrow. Here's our first alert forecast, and we love Champ tonight. Champ doing his thing here, getting ready for another sunny day tomorrow, back up to around 90. Humidity level still in check, but that will be changing by the weekend. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
New tonight at 10, the search for survivors continues after the blast at Beirut's port that killed at least 137, including at least one American, and injured about 5,000 others. Lebanese authorities are looking into why an urban waterfront warehouse was apparently storing hundreds of tons of a fertilizer component called ammonium nitrate. CBS News correspondent Michael George has more.
Rescuers pulled a survivor of the massive blast from under the rubble after 16 hours. Investigators want to know why more than 2,700 tons of a highly explosive compound used in making fertilizer was stored in a Beirut waterfront warehouse for 6 years.
It could have been an accident, and it could have also been something that was very offensive, and I wouldn't be very happy with that.
The Lebanese government ordered the house arrest of several port officials in the aftermath of the explosion, felt more than 150 miles away in Cyprus. Records show that this Russian-owned cargo ship ran into trouble and pulled into port in 2013. Its abandoned cargo was transferred to a port warehouse. Before and after satellite images show the extent of the devastation. And this 29-year-old Lebanese bride posing for wedding pictures one second had to run for her life the next.
I was wondering what happened. Am I going to die? How I'm going to die?
Offers of help have been coming in from around the world. In Paris, the Eiffel Tower went dark at midnight. And despite Lebanon's decades-long tensions with Israel, Tel Aviv offered a sign of solidarity, lighting City Hall with a display of the Lebanese flag. Michael George, CBS News.
The blast leveled Beirut's port and disseminated its grain silos in a country that was already facing an economic collapse long before the explosion. All right, we're going to send things back over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, the heat, it's here, the humidity, it's been
okay.
Okay, but
not bad today. It will be coming back.
Our break is almost over, huh?
And this will reprieve here in early August. Get out to the car wash if you can. We have some great weather for the next couple of days, but as we mentioned, humidity by the weekend. Details in your 7-day forecast next. Great to see you on this Wednesday evening. Pretty quiet here in the world of weather. Skies are clear right now. You may see a few Perseid meteors streak across the sky. It actually will peak next week, the middle of next week, the actual shower. But right now the shower is ongoing. Beginning, you may see a few streak across the sky. But we have a bright, nearly full moon trying to rise again. Temperatures in the 70s. That's our Alpha Insurance Camera Network. A pretty nice evening out there. We bottom out in the mid-60s here, back into the 70s for lows by the weekend. That just means there's plenty of humidity coming on back. Mid-90s Saturday, Sunday, 96 degrees, hot and humid. A chance for some isolated storms, more so Sunday versus Saturday, but we'll see how it goes. Anytime we get moisture around here this time of year, there could be a pop-up storm. Big storms down in Colorado tonight, also here in Louisiana, those storms fading away. As we look at our thunderstorm chances for our day Thursday, really over here across the mid-Atlantic, across the Front Range, best chance for some severe weather tomorrow, and on Friday across the northern high plains. For us, not a lot of activity expected, rain or thunderstorms here for the next 2 days, and we've had a very wet year. And we love these breaks if we can squeeze them on in. My grass keeps growing like a jungle. But now that we are drying things out, it won't be as bad. Sturgis, mid-60s in the morning, upper 80s to around 90 in the afternoon in Actibaha County. Starkville, 89. Mabin at 89 degrees as well. So we're looking pretty warm tomorrow, very dry. That northerly breeze will continue. We have a little bit of a breeze now, and that will continue for our Thursday, and that will just usher in some slightly dry air than what you would expect in this time of year, this early part of August. Usually it's just hot and sticky across the board with the heat index in the triple digits. That will be coming on back, but right now not too shabby here. And we'll show you that with Futurecast. We're really staying away from any active weather for Thursday and Friday, most, if not all, of Saturday too. So no major concerns here going into the weekend. As we get into Sunday, more of a southerly flow, and we may start to see a few showers and storms around here. Next week, deep tropical moisture, plenty of humidity, and a daily chance for some scattered showers and storms. We'll show you those rain chances here with your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. 90 tomorrow, 93 Friday, lows in the 60s, humidity still okay. But by the weekend, that deep tropical moisture is coming on back. We're looking at that spotty storm opportunity Sunday, but better odds starting Monday into your Tuesday and Wednesday. There's your forecast. More of the show after the break.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. A Northeast Mississippi teenager is working hard to earn top rankings in the world of CrossFit competitions. Our Allie Martin has more on Team Jack.
Jack Hoffmeister is 17 years old. A few years ago, he got serious about physical fitness, came to this West Tupelo gym, and after lots of hard work, he is one of the fittest teens in the country, and he's getting ready for a major CrossFit competition. For Jack Hoffmeister, his full-time job is working out.
It's about 6 to 7 hours a day. I break that up into 2 or 3 sessions a day, and I'm doing that about 6 days a week.
The 17-year-old started in CrossFit competitions in 2018 and won first place at the Beach Brawl in Pensacola that same year. He has qualified for the Pit Fitness Ranch Elite Teen Throwdown the first week in September in Michigan. His homeschool schedule allows him to spend the time required to follow a strict training and nutrition plan.
Good job, 5 on the deadlift.
Chrissy Beasley is co-owner of CrossFit R2F and Jack's coach. She says his hard work, dedication, and determination have never wavered.
As soon as he walked through those double doors and hit the floor, we just could initially see some potential in him and could see that this was where he needed to be for sure.
Jack is raising money for his Michigan trip by selling Team Jack shirts. The shirts have a Bible verse that Jack says is his true source of strength.
My favorite verse, 2 Corinthians 12:10 on it. True strength comes from God. I couldn't do any of this without him, and just the ability he's given me and all the opportunities he's given me as well to be able to train throughout the day and not have to worry about certain things.
Jack will continue his hard work right up to the competition in Michigan. Then a few weeks later, he's looking to get his third consecutive first place win at the Pensacola Beach Brawl. In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Jack plans to attend college, join the ROTC program and the National Guard. He also plans to continue competing in CrossFit events. Well, we've had a little bit of a break from the Mississippi humidity, but it is making a comeback, and it can be dangerous if you're not properly hydrated. Here's Dr. Richardson with tonight's Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I am Lee Richardson, a physician in the emergency room at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Dehydration occurs when there isn't enough water in your body to replace what's lost throughout the day. Your system literally dries out. Sometimes dehydration occurs for simple reasons. You may not drink enough because you're sick or busy, or because you lack access to safe drinking water, such as when you're traveling, hiking, or camping. Dehydration also can occur when you have severe acute diarrhea, which can cause tremendous loss of water and electrolytes in a short amount of time. If you have vomiting along with diarrhea, you lose even more fluids and minerals. Children and infants are especially at risk. Other causes of dehydration include fever. In general, the higher the fever, the more dehydrated you become. Excessive sweating. If you do vigorous activity and don't replace fluids as you go along, you can become dehydrated. Hot, humid weather increases the amount you sweat and the amount of fluid you lose. But you can also become dehydrated in winter if you don't replace lost fluids. Increased urination. This is most often the result of undiagnosed or uncontrolled diabetes, a disease that affects the way your body uses blood sugar. This type of diabetes often causes increased thirst and more frequent urination. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will discuss who is at risk for dehydration and how it is treated.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
The high school football tour continues its stops in 4A with the Pontotoc Warriors. See the preview next in sports.
With Courtney Robb.
The high school football tour continues as we stay in Pontotoc County with a look at the Pontotoc Warriors. This season's Pontotoc squad features several fresh faces looking to continue to be a force in 4A. The Warriors are stop number 45 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
Many teams enter the season hoping to make the playoffs, but that's the norm for the Pontotoc Warriors, as those expectations haven't changed. After a slow start to last season, the Warriors finished by winning 6 of their last 8 games, including the postseason victory. They hope to carry that momentum into September.
I feel really good coming into the year. I think we're going to be able to find our identity a little bit quicker. We got some guys with some experience on offense back. So I think we got 7 guys that had started at some point last year on offense and around 4 or 5 on defense.
We're trying to get the momentum going early and finish out throughout the season and hopefully make a successful playoff run.
I feel like when we go back into the season that we'll start off really strong because everybody's more comfortable and with the spot and new people coming in and getting and a lot of reps and stuff.
The ones leading the charge to help bring the young guys along isn't the coaching staff, but instead the seniors.
We have like one of the most competitive senior groups, so we've been out, like when we compete, we push each other and we try to help the younger guys come along as fast as they can so we can have depth in the roster. We're a young team, but we have like a whole lot of seniors coming back that has experience, that played a lot the past few years. And like if we seniors get right, I'm pretty sure everybody else will fall in behind us and get to where you need to be to win.
Coach Morton, our legend here, has always said that the starting jersey is always a lot heavier. So, you know, it makes a lot of sense. So these guys ought to be able to handle it this year.
With the program's history of competition, the players take great pride in putting on the black and gold.
We have a creed that we go by. The end of it says, I am a Pontotoc Warrior. In the beginning, it's like we survive off that creed. Like when we come out to play, we know it's time to get down to business, and if we ain't getting to business, we got to get it right somehow.
It's my home, so, you know, every time I come out here, I'll be ready to play. Don't matter who is against, home or away. I'm always ready to compete.
That mindset is going to be tested as the Warriors will be competing against the likes of Itawamba, Shannon, and others for the division crown.
You just can't take a week off. I mean, it's all the teams are well coached, and the kids, you know, they play hard, and you can't go in each week. You can't go in half-cocked. You got to be ready to compete.
To start the season, Pontotoc hosts New Albany at home in the Hollow September 4th. With the Warriors on the high school football tour, Chris Bolton, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with Pontotoc High School is brought to you by Access School Health Services, First Choice Bank, and Midway Marine in Fulton.
The Pontotoc Warriors were stop number 45, which means only 15 stops left to go on the high school football tour. It'll continue on Thursday with stop number 46, checking in with South Pontotoc. We'll continue on with our 4A school, stop number 47, Moorville on Friday, stop 48, Shannon on Saturday, stop 49, Itawamba AHS on Sunday. We'll take a detour into 5A by checking out stop number 50 with the New Hope Trojans on Monday, and then we'll go back into 4A for a hot minute with stop number 51, Caledonia on Tuesday, stop number 52, New Albany on Wednesday, stop number 53, Louisville on Thursday, and then going back into 5A for stop number 54, Lafayette, next Friday. Of course, for any of those stops you've missed, always go visit our website at WCBI.com. That's it for sports. More for you when we come back.
Another look at the next 3 days. Mostly sunny, 90 tomorrow, hot and dry, 93 Friday, hot and humid, 96 Saturday. As we get into the weekend and next week, we'll have better storm chances, Scott. But right now, you can just leave that umbrella in the closet, it would appear.
Hey, sounds good. Yeah. Thanks, Keith. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.